out in as civil a manner as you can afford. More civil, the better. Audiences, for the judges, for everyone. At the end of that, you'd be given 2 minutes each to close out your arguments, and then it will be out of your hands. A decision will be made by the audiences and by the judges. If I need to insert myself into the decision-making process, I will. I hate to do it, and fortunately, I'm not sure I've had calls to do it this year. I did it once. Oh yes, I remember I had to do it once. I hate it, but I'll do it if I have to. So let's go. Debate subject. Ten Hag's decision to allow Maguire continue as captain. Right or wrong? Nenye picked right. Emmanuel picked wrong. We don't know what their actual positions are, but these are the positions they are defending. I will give you 1 minute each to open your arguments. Contestant 1 is Nenye. You will go first. I open the mic for 1 minute. After your initial argument opening, we'll take a break. For now, however, for 1 minute, Nenye, open your argument.
All right, good evening once again. My name is Nenye Udezuka. And the topic goes Ten Hag's decision to continue, to allow Maguire continue as the captain for Man U. Is it right or wrong? By lot, I picked right. And in every ramification, let me define what a captain or who a captain is. A captain is a leader. In this context, sports is a leader, one that leads his or her team. So in this context, you're looking at Maguire, looking at someone that was signed from Leicester midway into the season. He was already taking over the captaincy from a David De Gea, who we knew was someone that questioned team tactics and also questioned his team. So because of that, Ole decided that, okay, I'm giving this to Harry Maguire. Why? You're talking about personality, you're talking about poise, you're talking about someone who is able to contain pressure at any point, not necessarily the best player. The presidents of this world are not the richest or the most poised. The class captains are not the most brainy, but they are always able to lead the team. And that's what I'm here to prove to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your opening comments, Nenye. It is well noted, taken, recorded, and appreciated. Again, Nenye's argument. Ten Hag's decision to allow Maguire continue as captain, right or wrong? She picked right in the blind pickings. Emmanuel picked wrong. I'll set the clock for 1 minute for him to convince us with his opening comments. Emmanuel, your 1 minute. Start now.
Yeah, Jacob Harry Maguire, the 29-year-old Sheffield-born centre-back who has played for the likes of Sheffield United. He has played for Hull City, Wigan Athletic, and Leicester City up to when he got to Manchester United due to the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signed him for £80 million. This guy, just like you said he was the captain because they get no. Before he got the captain band, he has already been selecting him as the captain. So this guy got there and he was the captain. What has he done with the captain band? Nothing. This guy, when you compare the other captains of Manchester United, the likes of Robson, the likes of Steve Bruce, Eric Cantona, the likes of Roy Keane. These guys were able to hold their positions in the team. I think Maguire has not been able to hold his position in the team. He has been making errors upon errors, comical errors, frustrating errors. Since 2020, he has been signed. This guy has been letting Manchester United down. Other players are supposed to be looking up to him as the captain of the side, but no, he has been letting them down. They cannot even look up to him as the captain because he has been bringing comical errors almost every performance he has had. So it is a wrong move for him every time to keep on with him.
Thank you. Opening comments made. We'll be back after this.
Visit our website www.pagefinancials.com or call 017007243. Page Financials taking you further.
Enter the place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting because of the shine. Lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they trust Lush Hair Extensions. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
This is not the typical bank ad where we only talk about zero balance and high interest rates. Picture this. Exclusive discounts at select stores. With the Keystone Pink card, this picture becomes a reality. That's not all. Picture a beautiful resort with its breathtaking Instagram-worthy scenery. The cool, gentle breeze on your face. The champagne bubbling in your glass as the sun illuminates your skin. With the new PTA BTA Visa card, living this dream is easier. Visit any Keystone branch nearest to you or download the Key mobile app to get a Pink card, MasterCard, Visa card, or Verve card. At Keystone Bank, there's a card for everyone, no matter where you are. Keystone Bank, we grow together.
For the past 4 years, the Agents for Citizen-Driven Transformation, ACT, funded by the European Union and implemented by the British Council, has collaborated with over 200 civil society organizations in Nigeria to drive development in 10 states, selected across 6 geopolitical zones in the country. How has the ACT program helped strengthen the systems of civil society organizations, networks, and coalitions? How has it helped provide a platform for multi-stakeholder dialogue for an improved and effective regulatory environment for the operation of CSOs in Nigeria? What impact are these CSOs making across the country? Join us on 99.3 Nigeria Info every Tuesday from 6:30 a.m. as we discuss these and more. This program is brought to you by the ACT program in collaboration with Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
What up, guys? It's Ladi Poe, and you are listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. But you knew that.
Alright, what up, peeps? It's your man Vector the Viper, aka VEC, and I'm chilling with Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info.
Hello, everyone. This is White Money, aka Gold Money, aka God's Money. You are listening to Femi and the Gang.
Before the break, you heard the opening arguments of Nenye, Belinda, Udezuka, and Emmanuel Adekunle. Battle topic is the Manchester United manager's decision to keep Harry Maguire as captain of the side. Question: was he right? Was he wrong? We threw that into a lottery, and out came right for Nenye and wrong for Emmanuel. Is it right or wrong? It doesn't matter. Do you think it was right or wrong? It does not matter. What matters is who of these two individuals, Nenye or Emmanuel, manages to impress you with their performance on the night, whether or not you agree with their position. And what are you looking for? Effective delivery, interest arousing arguments, and of course, the big question: who would I want to hear again? The lady or the guy? on the strength of the performance on the night. There are no second chances, people. Let us send only the person who's merited it on the night to the semi-final. Nothing short of that will do. I can count on you, and I can count on your professionalism, and of course, I can count on the trust that we've built throughout this fan battle exercise. And I say thank you for all of that. You heard the opening arguments. I'll give them 1 minute each to restate their case for rebuttals and all have you. Nenye opened. Emmanuel responded. I'll go back to Nenye for another minute to build on what she was saying or counter something she heard Emmanuel say. It's up to her. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
So for 1 minute, before we do the head-to-head of 5 minutes, your time begins to tick again, Nenye.
All right, good evening once again. So I noticed 3 things you mentioned when you were trying to give your intro. The first is that the girl was not the captain, or rather that Ole was always giving him captaincy. But when he came in at the end of that season, that was 2019 summer, DDG was the captain. And midway into Maguire's first season, he became captain, and DDG was no longer the captain. And secondly, you mentioned that the players didn't want him. At the time when we had the interim manager last season, that was Ralph Rangnick, remember he asked the players to vote for who they wanted. They voted for Harry Maguire again amidst all the Ronaldo controversies. And then the third, you mentioned comical errors. I'm not denying that he has made errors. Like I said, a leader is someone who is able to contain pressure. It's easy for you to mark out someone who takes ownership, who takes responsibility, that, okay, I did it, because Maguire is always like that. And probably that's even why one of the reasons Eric Ten Hag actually decided to still put faith in him and allow him, trust the leadership position and responsibility on him, to see if he will change. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that follow-up argument between Arsenal fan Nenye and Chelsea fan Emmanuel battling over a Man United topic. Who would have thought? Emmanuel, you have 1 minute of rebuttal. I'm setting your clock, and it starts right now.
We're talking about an Harry Maguire that has 4 relegations on his records, that has a conviction in Greece where he was shouting, I am the captain of Manchester United. I'm the captain of Manchester United. This guy, the captain's band, is affecting him. He's affecting him psychologically. Look at when he plays for England. He plays well because Harry Kane is the captain of England. But when he comes out to Manchester United, he's always making errors upon errors upon errors. As a leader, how will you be letting your team down and you expect the other players to look up to you? No, it is not possible. This is just practical example. It is not possible. Look at the Manchester derby against Manchester City. The 4-1. This guy was nowhere to be found. And in Manchester derby, in the history of Manchester United, club captains, they always come up, they always show up whenever the big stages arrive. Maguire has not been doing all of this. Just look at the game against Liverpool, 5-0 against Liverpool. This guy was nowhere to be found. In fact, Manchester Evening News said he had a player rating of 0. Have you ever had that before? Player rating of 0 for a captain, Manchester United captain? This is worse. Eric Ten Hag is making a bad decision.
Thank you very much for that rebuttal. So we've given them a minute each for their openings. We've given them a minute each for subsequent rebuttals. And now it's time to give them 5 minutes of head-to-head. As a reminder, please, as a reminder, was Ten Hag right to allow Maguire remain captain of United? Right or wrong, I don't know what you think. I really don't care what you think. You don't know what I think, and you shouldn't care what I think. Do I know what Nenye or Emmanuel thinks in real life? I don't, but it doesn't matter. What matters is not whether Ten Hag was wrong or whether one of these people is defending a position that you appreciate. Do not vote based on whether it is a position you appreciate or not. When you vote, vote based on the totality of the input of these two individuals. Even if you do not agree with the position, you might agree that Ten Hag was right and still vote for Emmanuel, who said he was wrong. And you might agree that Ten Hag was wrong and still vote for Nenye, who said he was right. Remembering two things. One, the positions they are defending is not necessarily what they believe in real life. They picked it by lottery, by lot. Two, this debate is about their total abilities. I tried to break it down to you before. The overriding question is, who would you want to listen to again? Who convinces you totally with their overall display, not just by the position? Again, this is the semi-final that we're trying to get into. Let's make sure we send the right person there who's earned it more, even if it's just a little more on the night. Okay? Thank you very much. And I trust we'll follow through. So let's go into the 5-minute head-to-head. We're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. You get to not only hear us, but also see us in the live studio. You also get to drop your comments. And if we catch any interesting ones, we will share. Even more importantly, you get to vote on the live stream itself. You'll see the topic at the base of the image. And just beneath the topic, you will see their name. You will see Nenye, you will see Emmanuel. Click on one name to vote for that person. Your comments do not constitute a vote. You must click on one of the names. We're streaming on YouTube. You'll find the YouTube live stream embedded on our Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. You'd find a separate tweet pinned at the top of our handle asking you who impressed you more, Nenye or Emmanuel. Click on either name to vote for either of them. You can drop your comments there, but it does not constitute a vote. You've got to click on the poll for either of them. We are live streaming on the Nigeria Info mobile app. You don't get to vote there, but you get to take us with you wherever you go. So let's come to the head-to-head. After which, closing arguments, and then we'll go to the phone lines for a maximum of 9 individuals to decide who takes 20% available via phone lines, 60% on the panel, and 20% shared between Facebook and Twitter for a total of 100%. What will it be? Nenye, are you ready for the head-to-head?
I am.
Emmanuel, are you ready for the head-to-head?
Very ready.
5 minutes. That's all the time you got before your closing arguments. And the time is now counting.
All right, let me ask you. I like the fact that you mentioned what happened in Greece, Mykonos, when he went on holiday. But do you know what happened? His sister was alleged to have been injected with a rape drug. I bet who never fuck up. It's going to get you emotional, very emotional. After that, what other thing have you heard of Harry Maguire in terms? This is somebody that was threatened. This is somebody that was
of course
always,
right.
every time on social media is always criticized. But have you ever, apart from that one, have you ever heard that?
Players who have players who have off the field encounters and where they do what they are not supposed to do, fine. But when they come back to the team, what is their productivity level? What is their output to the team? Wait, Roy Keane, we all know who Roy Keane is.
Yes.
Who he was. We all know Eric Cantona.
Okay.
These guys off the field, they were very, very bad. But look at Eric Cantona's productivity for Manchester United. That is where I am taking this. That's where I'm taking this battle to.
Because you read something. Now let me ask you a question.
Let me give you an analysis against Leicester City. Eric Maguire was responsible for the 4 goals Manchester United conceded.
Okay.
Why?
So the first one he
wanted to play.
Let me talk now.
Play out of the
you
field.
said something. Let me say what you. Let me also say something concerning what you said. You've talked about productivity on the pitch, right? Do you know that when Harry Maguire got injured by last season, the season that he was actually captained Manchester United to 2 finals, the Europa League? Do you know they had 16 clean sheets before he went on that injury. And after that injury, Man U fell apart.
Can you tell me?
In final, he didn't. You're talking about that's I said.
That,
when
those
you
clean
take
sheets you
ownership,
mentioned,
when you talk about ownership,
what has it brought to Manchester United? Last season, they had.
So the one
wait.
Let me ask you a question.
Harry Maguire, before you ask me the question, let me tell you something. Harry Maguire had 30 appearances last season for Manchester in the league. In that time frame, they had only 6 clean sheets.
Okay.
And they consisted up to like 57 goals.
And
in
let
the
me
league.
ask you a question.
Whenever he played, they considered like 41.
Why are you singling him out? As I'm saying, when somebody takes ownership, that's why he's a captain. He's coming now, he's taking responsibility.
Fine.
Why are you singling him out?
Now it's a team sport. I'm
How
not
many
going to single him out. I'm not going to single him out. I'm not going to single him out. But let me tell you something.
When you play in a team, you score goals, and if your goals
why is it that Harry Maguire is always colliding? Why is it that Harry Maguire is always colliding with Shaw? Why is it that Harry Maguire is always colliding with Varane? What happened to the attackers?
When you say colliding,
Cristiano Ronaldo. Wait now. Cristiano Ronaldo scored the highest. Cristiano Ronaldo was also part of the PFA team of the season.
Is it only Cristiano Ronaldo? What of the other attackers? If everybody's, that's what I'm saying. You don't single people out. I mentioned attackers.
I am not trying to single him out.
But everybody works together.
I am telling you that
what of the errors that Lindelof, what of the errors that Maguire, what of the errors that
woes of Manchester United?
What of all the errors they made? Why are you singling him out?
Manchester United had to go and resurrect. What's this guy called?
I'm with you. Go ahead.
Manchester United, at the point, they could not allow him to because his confidence was shattered. This guy lost confidence. They had to go and bring Phil Jones. They had to go and resurrect Phil Jones to come play for Manchester
United. Let me tell you what happened at that point. That was when he had the bomb threat. That was when he was benched. It was not because of the confidence or anything, because he's someone that is always coming out.
We don't like that. Wait, the bomb threat, we don't. Wait, let me tell you something.
That was why he was
we don't like that.
That was not why he was dropped.
Those ones that did that, I am going to tell them. I will tell them what they will do tonight. What they should have done is that they should go and protest. Let Ten Hag knows that the decision to hand him the captain's band is going to affect him because it's already affecting him. This guy plays well for England. This guy plays well for England, and he's not playing well for Manchester United.
He has not made any errors in England. You're saying he has not made errors in England.
He's making errors upon errors upon errors upon errors.
He has not made errors in England.
He has one.
Is that what you're saying?
He has one
on goal. He has made errors everywhere. But at the end of the day, it's about his captain's, about the leadership.
And he has 7 errors leading to opposition shots.
So what of all the time that the attackers lose goals? What about all the time?
If you really like Manchester United, you will not pray that Maguire to continue as their captain.
That penalty. So at the end of the day, you're singling him out. You're leaving what we are talking about. Captaincy.
I am not. You're
talking about his errors.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Never fuck up for that man.
Burnley got relegated.
Do you know how error-prone the likes of Tavares were last season? But do you know that because the players scored, the attackers scored, you covered for some errors?
Even if your team is not playing well, if you are exceptional, your talent, your output, your productivity, we show.
This guy has been doing it. Let me tell you, okay, for such a player that you're saying he's poor, do you know how many man of the match he has won? Even against Chelsea in his first match, against Everton, man of the match, and you're singling out that he's not doing well. Why are you singling him out?
Let me remind you against Southampton. Amado Broja, he made a mess of Harry Maguire. He does not need to be that captain. He needs to drop that captain's band.
You are singling him out. You are singling. Bring out the errors of the other people.
He's letting his team down.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was a debate and a half. It was feisty on occasion, but we managed to single you guys out. Thank you very much for that head-to-head. All that is left now is for the closing arguments. 2 minutes of which each of you has. 2 minutes to close your argument. I would say use it judiciously, assign whatever percentage of it to responding to whatever had been raised, but also remember to close with as much aplomb as you had intended to close, so that you don't leave out vital issues you had or points you had wished to touch on. Having said that, are you guys ready for the closing? Nenye, you go first.
Okay.
You're good to go?
I am.
So I'm setting for 2 minutes for your closing argument, and it starts now.
All right. Good evening once again. In the words of famous Philip Lam, an individual brilliant player himself and captain of Bayern Munich. He once said it's okay to have good individual players, but when you can lead a team, that is better to have the best of teams when you have, even if you have individual players. Now, if you're looking at Harry Maguire, you will say, okay, this guy, because of his errors, he's not fit to be captain. But let us also remember that the likes of Gerrard, the likes of Terry, they all made mistakes on and off the pitch. And captaincy is about having that on and off the pitch presence. At a point, you even have the leverage of even kind of managing your coach to an extent, especially when things get bad. Harry Maguire is somebody that has actually done. I've looked at him. He's one of the most criticized players in the EPL, but I've never seen him go to social media to like rant or take out someone or like give back what he's getting. He doesn't do that. And I always like to say, when purpose is not defined, abuse is inevitable. At this context, let us look at what Eric Ten Hag did. He said, at this moment, I want him to continue. He didn't say he's going to continue for the rest of his tenure. He didn't say that. He just said, I want him to continue because he wants to know his players. So you can't even say, this is him taking the decision. So if you're even saying it's wrong, that means that thought is even a wrong one in this context because you're trying to undermine his authority. Allow him to see. He wants to know because captaincy is not about, it's easy for me, like if I'm a scout, I go to see people play, I see them, oh, this person is, I just identify that this person is a good talent because of the trickery on the field. But for me to know a good person, the person that has a very good personality and poise, I need to know more of him outside of the pitch. And that's what Eric Ten Hag wants to do with the preseason, when they get back, when they start training. He wants to know who they are personality-wise, and I believe that's why he has said he wants to retain, he wants him to continue as captain till he knows all his players best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your closing argument. Appreciate it. Recorded for posterity. And of course, we also thank you for finishing right on time. Thank you. Your case is rested. Your job is done. How it goes from here is no longer in your hands. You've played your part. It's still in your hands, Emmanuel. You have 2 minutes to close your arguments, after which it will be decision time. Can I set the clock, Emmanuel?
Yeah, you can.
2 minutes, starting now.
Well, when you said that Ten Hag has to see Harry Maguire before he makes a decision, we live in this era of technologies. He doesn't have to do that. We are here in Africa, and we know what is going on over there. So he does not need to even do that. And I am still saying it. I am reiterating it that Harry Maguire, at this point in time, for himself, for Manchester United, they need to get that captain's band off him because he is not doing enough. He is not playing well. We see it. Now look at the stats, because we cannot do without stats. Now this guy has 16 errors in all competition, leading to shots. This is too bad. And he does this thing consistently, always doing it, always repeating it. I am not going to place all the blames on Harry Maguire because this is not lawn tennis. This is football. But when he team captain, he is not out there. He's not leading his troop. You were comparing Harry Maguire to John Terry. That is suicidal. You don't do that. John Terry leads in the forefront. He's a battler. He's a gladiator. He was doing that for Chelsea. Week in, week out. He was defending. He was scoring. A 37-year-old Thiago Silva had more league goals even than your Harry Maguire. You tell me Maguire is a ball-playing defender. He was, in his attempt to play the ball from the defense, Kelechi Iheanacho disposed him of the ball, gave it to Tielemans, and it was a goal. What are we trying to say here? That we are not saying that it is not the club's responsibility, but we are saying what Harry Maguire is contributing to the woes, to the failures, and to the shambolic defenses that Manchester United had last season is huge. If not for David De Gea, Manchester United will not even be in top 10. It was as bad as that. You know, this is so plain. It's so plain. Look at all the games he has been playing. Look, we can pick out like 10 games. Atalanta, Young Boys, Liverpool, the Manchester Derby. Why is it? Even Southampton, the one they drew. Look at teams that were beating them. Brighton, 4-0. Watford, 4-1. And you have Harry Maguire at the heart of defense. What's he doing? He's too slow. He doesn't react quickly to things, and he doesn't read the ball intelligently. He needs to get the armband off him.
Thank you. And so the battle ends. Battle number 43. There are only 4 battles left in this contest after tonight. 2 semi-final battles, a third place battle, and a final battle, for a total of 47 battles. Thank you very much, Nenye and Emmanuel. You've played your part. It's out of your hands now. It's decision time. If you haven't voted, please go to Nigeria Info 993. That's our official Facebook page. You'll see the live stream. You'll see their names. Click on either of the names to vote. Go to our Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. You will see the pinned tweet asking you who impressed you more, Nenye or Emmanuel. Vote for either of them. The panel will vote. Before the panel does vote, we'll go to the home audiences. A maximum of 9 will determine who takes 20 percentage points available via phone calls. Who will the potential 9 be, and how will they decide? Nenye or Emmanuel? Well, Tony is helping me. Let's see who the first of those potential 9 voters will be. Hi there, good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Femi.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good evening to the rest of the gang over there.
We greet you back.
You're welcome. Talk to us quickly.
My name is God's Will. I'm calling from Ejibo.
Okay.
This is one of the battles I consider weak. However, I still have to vote. I almost got furious that Nenye didn't know she didn't have to use the F word on radio. But that notwithstanding, I think Emmanuel did too much of shouting without having to talk like a gentleman that I want to hear again. I'll just give the, like I said earlier, the battle is weak, but I want to hear Nenye again, so my vote goes to Nenye.
Nenye takes your vote. Thank you very much. She leads by 1. We'll go to the next voter. Hi there. Good evening and welcome.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. Femi.
Good evening to you. How are you?
Well, fine. Well done.
Thank you.
Femi, my vote goes to Nenye. She really impressed me, especially her opening speech. I don't know. She's good, yeah. Nenye has my vote.
Thank you very much. Nenye leads by 2. Voter number 3. Hi there.
Good evening, Femi.
Good evening. Welcome.
And everybody there. Thank you. Even though I don't agree with the Nenye's position, I feel like she really convinced us that it's still good, that anybody can make mistakes. So I'm voting for Nenye.
Nenye takes it. She leads by 3. Thank you. Voter number 4. All right, we'll move on. Voter number 4. Hi there. Yes, please.
This is John Kute from Ojo.
Welcome, Mr. John Kute. How do you vote?
I'm going with Nenye tonight.
Nenye
really impressed me with your opening remark.
Okay, her opening remark won it for you. Thank you very much. The next vote could be consequential. Hi there.
Good evening, Mr. Femi.
Yes, please. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Peter.
Okay. Okay, how do you vote?
I'll vote for Emmanuel.
Emmanuel takes your vote. 4-1. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hi there.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Joseph calling from Bejueki.
Okay, how do you vote?
Yeah, although I don't agree with Nenye's position, and I think her position was a little bit, she had the short end of the stick. Anyway, I think she did it for me because she managed to match Emmanuel's performance, so
all right,
I give it to her.
Thank you. Nenye takes your vote and ends the phone call votes. 5-1. We'll be back for the panel.
It's #1 station for talk.
Senate President Ahmed Lawan
experiencing a mental health pandemic, coping, and generally people's psychological health has been affected.
For the strongest opinion.
What that has been reintroduced is equivalent to the same side because there's no reform ab initio. So this one that is just going to have in Nigeria is large-scale industrial farming, which of course is what can make food very adequate within the country.
Your #1 station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Are you looking for a reliable way to save and invest this year? Get up to 10% on savings and 15% on fixed deposits with Ren Money. We are regulated by the CBN and insured by the NDIC. To get started, visit renmoney.com or call 0700 5000 500. Need money, Ren Money.
A dominance which started in 1991 is about to be extended in 2022 with the Super Falcons going for 10.
We're going for 10. We are going for 10. We're going for 10. We're going for 10. We're going for 10. So are Super Falcons.
Join us for the coverage of the African Women Cup of Nations from July 2nd to 23rd on 99.3 Nigeria Info. AFCON 2022 with Femi and the gang. It's live football just the way you like it.
Heineken is specially brewed with 100% natural ingredients for that ever-refreshing first sip of...
This is a beer ad, right?
I need more passion, more sound effect, more gege, more!
Specially brewed with 100% natural ingredients. A unique horizontal brewing process that delivers that refreshing first sip of Heineken.
Perfect.
Heineken, not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Enjoy responsibly.
Imagine a life with zero worries. Imagine a world where you're relaxed and free, where all your dreams
With Page Financial, you have zero worries when it's time to pay your bills, rent, school fees, and vacation. We'll be here making it easy for you.
Visit our website www.pagefinancials.com or call 017007243. Page Financials, taking you further.
Relax, recharge, and take a break this summer. Find the best summer holiday deals to Dubai, London, Cairo, Florida, and many other amazing cities on wakanow.com. We've got you covered. Book now on wakanow.com or visit any of our travel centers near you. Take a break. Pick a city. Wakanow. Let's go.
We bring fun, good vibes. We even go through the nooks and come out through the crannies. We have very serious conversations.
Oh, yes, we do.
And that's what makes us ask you, what's up, Lagos?
Fasten your seatbelts.
I am Mary Ann.
Let's fire up your mid-mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Yes, yo, they call me DJ Spinall, aka The Cap, aka The Top Boy. Man, you fan in the building. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info FM. Don't touch it. Bless.
Hi, my name is Rekia Yusuf, your favorite TV girl Mimi. Keep listening to Femi and the Gang.
My name is Osazel Dengue. Keep listening to Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info FM.
Two brilliant battles on the night. Billions of blistering barnacles. And all of that go on and on. But for now, it's decision time for the second battle of the night, the 43rd in the series. The decision has already been made via the phone lines. 6 votes we took of a possible 9. Nenye took 5 of the 6, ending that endeavor. However, that's only 20% of total votes available. 80% of the votes still up for grabs. 60 of those in the hands of the 3 gentlemen in the studios with me, Tony, David, Sam. What will it be? There's an extra 20 points available on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Tony is supporting me right here, and he goes first. Tony, how do you adjudge that battle?
Well, well, could have been better. Could have been better, to be honest. We've had better battles than this, surely. At this stage of the competition, we need something more, something extra, qualitative, marshalling of arguments and positions. We need stingers, something that can excite us. I don't think I've been particularly excited tonight by this particular battle. Nothing particularly strikes me. It's being, well, the basics that you want to probably hear. And I don't know, could have been better, which is why I think this could have been better. Both sides should have done more. This is a very intellectual battle because the topic needs you to, it's beyond bad performances. Captainship is beyond that. It's the ability to lead even when the chips are down. There's a lot of external parameters you bring into an argument like this. Well, from the start, when you had to start, I didn't like the fact that you started telling us your name and the topic and your stand. Femi had already done that, and when he threw the batting to you, all you need to do was dive into it. Now you was trying to make a point. You didn't even establish your premise because you were still trying to tell us what a captain is, blah blah. In argument, you must establish your premise. This is where I stand. It must be clear that because this and this is that, then this is this. All right. So, but if you go and you start dancing, you were trying to make a point. You were trying to establish your point. What you have is just a minute to hit the point on the head, and you move. So quit dancing about when you don't have so much of a time. All right, go straight to the point and establish your premise. That 1 minute is to establish your premise. This is what I think because this and this and this. Harry Maguire, for now, all right, is still the right choice to be a captain or something. I didn't get that. For Emmanuel, I got your premise. Now, it wasn't fanciful, It was I expected some more, camaraderie in the way that you go about it. Some really good balance. But what you did was you established your ground. Oh, he's a bad player. All right, it's a wrong decision. So it was a bit rough, but you established your premise. In the second opportunity to speak, Nenye, you were better. You established yourself. You had gotten yourself. It was a more composed delivery for your second presentation. Although I was not seeing shortness of breath, it wasn't like maybe it was anxiety. You went as sharp. I would have wanted. We've listened to so many ladies on the battle. Not to directly compare you, but we have certain standards, all right, and reflections. We can always look back. I expected you to be more sharper. I know you're soft-spoken and all of that, but I needed you to come across more convincing. You were too soft. You were too soft. It felt like you were trying to get through your mind and the anxiety and perhaps the fear. I don't know what went wrong. But generally, your second take was better. Emmanuel, once again, I expected more from you. I mean, you were talking about his bad performances. That was basically your point. Your point basically was bad performances, and that was it. I was expecting you to have talked to us about On what basis was he even given the captainship at first? He was barely how many months at the club? On what grounds? Was it that he had performed consistently for a particular period of time? Was it that he was a leader from his former club? On what basis? I needed you to ask questions. Why is he the captain in the first place? You didn't really do that. You kept on dancing about bad performances, the goals he conceded, forgetting that Harry Maguire is only one of the many problems that Man United had. All right, it was a collective, problem. He, yes, has his part to play, just as many other players had their parts to actually play. That was the point, but you could have done more than just give us that. All right, and then in the rebuttal, you were screaming, you didn't allow her to talk, you were just, listen, I know it's rebuttal, it's not friendly, it's not supposed to be friendly, but you should allow her speak. When you speak, you didn't allow her speak. All right, and you guys were totally, it was out there. It was out there. Nenye, F word. How? Why? I don't know.
Twice.
At this level, you have been, I know you have been at the battles before. All right, you're making a return here. You've listened to the radio. You know these things. You're not like the random person on the street who doesn't know. All right, so you can't make that mistake at this level. As much as we want you to bring out the X factor in you, we also want it to be radio friendly. All right, you made a very valid point about Harry Maguire captaining Man United to their best season in the last 3 years, finishing second, and of course, the Europa League final. Now, you could have done more with that point. It was a season that Harry Maguire was in defense. He was the soul of the team. And when they got to the final of the Europa, his absence was there to show. They couldn't deal. So as much as, yes, last season he was bad, last 2 seasons he was consistent. As a matter of fact, he played I think 54 games consistently back to back. I think he broke a record. You should have done your research to get that record. I've forgotten that name now. So yeah, you could have done more with that. And then Ima, in the final round, you said we cannot do without stats. We can't do without stats. New age has given us to believe that stats is everything. Stats is never everything. All right, and that's why you are here, to tell us beyond the figures. All right, what else beyond the numbers? Yes, he's considered so amount of errors to go, blah blah blah. But beyond that, how has he been able to comport the team? I mean, last season we saw Man United have a lot of infighting in the team, dressing room, issues. What was his role as a captain? Man United had a meltdown in the dressing room. There were leaks. There were so many issues. You didn't bring all these issues up. As a captain, what was his role? Did he ever come out to address these issues? Did he speak to the players? We heard about, issues on the training ground. Harry Maguire, had issues on the training ground with certain players. You didn't bring any of this. You just kept on telling us bad performance. He didn't this. He considered. That's not just it. And you need to re-strategize your way of argument. Doing just attacking the conversation and just screaming is, it's not. Sometimes you need to take your time and break your point, drive it home. But you keep screaming and it's like anyway face, basically. It was an argument that you had. I don't like to go there, you had maybe a better part. I don't want to do that. But I felt that if you had been more composed, maybe, all right, you would have led the conversation, but you didn't. Finally, Femi, Nenye, I didn't understand you gave a Philip Lam quote. You didn't give that quote I was trying to get a meaning. It was like you missed up the quote or something. It wasn't clear. But your final take was good. Control of emotions. Harry Maguire, to some extent, have shown that for a player who have been so criticized. We've seen players like Cristiano, Bruno Fernandes raise hands on the pitch and show clear frustrations. You know, he hasn't particularly done that. And you were trying to also reshape the question when you were talking to us about, oh, for now he's not the permanent, you know, for now he's just the captain for now. And you gave us some insight into the fact that Ten Hag will still look at the team, like he said in his presser. That means you listen to that presser, and it was good that you were able to identify that. So I mean, I just felt I needed to address things, because away from this battle going forward, you guys have to be better. You have to do better. All right. But for tonight, Femi, I have always been of the opinion that, listen, it doesn't matter how many points you have, really. What matters is what you're able to do with the one that you have. Yes, Emmanuel, you have some work to do. All right, you have a lot of work, a lot of work to do, really. But I will give it to you tonight, Emmanuel. I'll give it to you tonight. You could have done better. Left to me, I feel like I shouldn't vote, all right, because nobody has particularly earned my vote in its truity, all right. But I'll give it to you tonight, and let's see what happens with that.
So, Emmanuel takes Tony's vote, 20 points, drawing him equal with Nenye, who took the 20 points available via the phone lines. 20. There are 60 more points, 40 of those here on the table of men, the panel of judges. David, I see you're good to go.
Tony has said a lot, but I would like to pick out one thing. I don't think the quality of debate was as bad as he says, and I think in many respects it was nitpicking. Neither of these two guys are bad debaters. Yes, Emmanuel does have a lot of work to do, but take nothing away from there are trappings of people who can be serious, good material in the near future. That said, there was an argument on the board, and it was incumbent on both of you to give us reasons why, you know, your end of the argument should be held as more valid than the other person's. And on the balance of it, I think that Nenye did it for me. You see, yes, there are numbers, and yes, there are facts, but there is a story behind every fact. And I like the way in particular which she chopped up some of Emmanuel's points coming on earlier. The incident in Mykonos, and how it was more of a personal issue, a natural reaction to something that he believed, you know, to be a slight on his person, and he was reacting naturally to that. But you see, in the context of the fact that he has been seen as shaky, people took that out of context, and I was very happy she made that point. So she scored for me there. Now, in closing was where I thought she tied it together. Tony said she veered off the point. I do not think she veered off the point. I think she added a tag. In stand-up comedy, there's something called a tag. When there's a joke, you deliver the premise, you add a tag to give more context to what the joke is. She added a tag to the argument, and as far as I know, debating, it is allowed. In saying that Erik ten Hag has not quite made a decision yet, what he is ushering in is a bedding period for him to understand these players. A very, very valid point. Now, on Emmanuel's end, I felt that you could have done more with the arguments you had, but like too many people who come on here, you get caught up in being the louder voice, you get caught up in being the more vocal person and forget to actually argue. And that was your problem. Too many times we found you going around the very same point. He's a bad player as such. He can't be the captain. But I can, in my time, remember a couple of players who have not been particularly great, and they have been captains. I remember a certain Alberto Ranocchia of Inter Milan. He was captain. Of course, he got stripped of the captaincy at the point. More closer home, Alessio Romagnoli, who just left for Lazio, was not the best defender in the team, but he was the captain. So there is it's not a very, very strong ground to stand on when you say, oh.
And I think Jordan Henderson is sloppy rubbish most of the time.
Yes, he's actually. I keep saying it all the time that he's not a very good player.
No.
Jordan Henderson does not do anything particularly well, but he's a captain. He's a captain. In most,
I disagree.
Tony, let's not have an argument here.
No.
Let's not have an argument here. We have a judgment to deliver.
I think that Jordan Henderson might not be fantastic, but he's done his job. What is expected of him?
We can say the same thing of Phil Jones' captain.
No, how?
The point being established. The point being established here is you do not have to be a particularly good player to be the captain.
Absolutely,
and
that's
it has
valid.
and it is so. This is something that Nenye did very well to point out, and Emmanuel did not do enough to go against, which is sad because examples abound. You just mentioned Jordan Henderson, who does not do anything particularly well other than shout.
Tony does not agree.
At
least I'm entitled to my opinion.
No. You are not. Off your mic, Mr. Speaker.
So, and the truth of the matter is, we are in an era of football where you cannot say there is a lot of leaders in the game. So examples abound. Emmanuel did not do well enough in making sure that we understood why a player had to be actually good at playing football to be a captain on the pitch. And it is for these reasons that Nenye has my vote. And I have to say this before I think she has the trappings of a proper debater. Yes, a lot of simple errors were made, basic errors, yes. That happens when you get caught up in your argument, but she never exuded for once that she was flustered, and that is a good quality to have, because you would have people who try to railroad you into making an argument away from what it is that you've been asked to make. When you have that kind of calm head, you would go far in making arguments. So I think she's a proper debater, and whatever happens today, I would like to see maybe next year or in another capacity. But I think because the first time around when I heard her debate, she didn't perform as well, and it was a best loser thing for her to come. Seeing her here, she has sort of justified her presence in this tournament. So big ups to her. Particularly, I think she's a good debater.
Thank you. So David's vote goes Nenye's way, and that means she goes back into the lead 40-20. 60 percentage points done, 40% remaining. Sam's vote is of massive consequence. Sam, how do you vote?
First off, I must say this. I know my colleagues have done enough to, say what needed to be said, what absolutely needed to be said. But I'm going to add, it grates on my nerves, Femi. It grates on my nerves when the basics aren't met. And I would say this very loudly. Nenye lost me when she went on with the F word. And Emmanuel also lost me when he became too loud. I became very much disinterested in what they had to say. And I was struggling to really, really try to pick out the points and be interested in, being educated. I have my own, personal opinion as to whether Harry should be captain or not. But it brings back to the point of what Tony said, that intro. You have all day to get, that intro has to be the best thing you would say. Your intro and your exit. It has, because you have all the time in the world to make that plan for it. And if you don't do that, great. It's where you buy the attention of the judges and the listener, and also convince them on what you missed out on saying and what you said eventually. And I think when I listen for the 7 to 10 minutes when I listen to you guys, I'm asking myself here, I had a few boxes here. For your intro, Nenye, I said just there. And for Emmanuel, I said not convincing. And I'm sure my colleagues will agree the same thing. Forgive me, it's one of the worst debates I've had to listen to throughout the fan battle. And I say that very boldly. But that being said,
I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, that's why I said it's me. It's me. I have the basics. I have what I want to hear. And when I go through and I don't see anything, nobody ticks that box.
Yeah, daddy basics.
Yeah, you have to have all the boxes ticked and all your ducks in a row. And that didn't happen tonight. But on the basis of the not so very good, poorly executed debate tonight, I would say Femi, I really wish I didn't have to pick. I really wish I didn't have to pick. But if I had to, I would say Nenye just about showed me that if all were corrected, she would be better to listen to next time. I thought she had a bit more. At some point, she became too calm when she needed to raise the bar a bit. But I think I like calmness, maybe because I'm one myself. I could easily hear you and I could easily pick what you had to say. So on the basis of that, which is not good enough, which is in no way good enough, if I have to make my decision based on that, then I think it tells the story. I'm just going to go towards Nenye because she just about did one out of the very many she could have done.
Sam's vote goes Nenye's way, effectively giving her the battle. 60-20 as we speak, with 20 percentage points left via social media. Whatever social media decides now will no longer influence the outcome. So I can say a first congratulations to Nenye while we quickly look at what social media has got to say. Tony?
Well, Femi, Twitter have got Nenye with 56.1% to Emmanuel's 43.9%. So it's a slim one for
taking her tally to 70 to 20.
Yeah, and also a replica on Facebook. As often in the FATG fan battle, the social media always going the same way most times. And 57% for Nenye to Emmanuel's 43%.
So she takes Facebook as well for an 80-20 final result. Meanwhile, Chimobi Victor is shouting, Samuel, you are not calm. You
don't know me, man.
Congratulations to you, Nenye. Congratulations are in order. I think an applause is also in order. You had a job to do and you managed to do it. Was it a perfect display? Well, from all accounts of everything having been said, not quite. However, you needed to do enough, and you seem to have done enough on the night for victory and a place, the last spot in the semi-final. Congratulations. How do you feel?
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet in the sense that I came out victorious, but it's barely earned. I'm really sorry about the effort. When someone mentioned it, I had to think. I was like, where? And I remembered I was trying to add spice by saying that song, and I'm really, really, really sorry. Honestly, it skipped my mind, and I know it won't repeat itself again. And then all the points, the shortness of breath. When I was trying to say things, I noticed it. I don't know why I was stuttering. I don't know why, but I did, and I've taken note of that. David, thank you so much. Criticisms are both good and bad, and all have been good because everything made me better. The compliments, okay, yes, my ego, yes, and then where you need to do better, you need to hear it because you need to. There's a pedestal I've set for myself. and I need to go back. And Mr. Sam, I'm so sorry for disappointing you. The debate actually was below par. I agree 100%, in fact 200%. And my able opponent, I know you from when we did the Telegram, so I saw you, I was like you, but you're a worthy opponent. And I thank everyone that voted for me. I'm sorry, the first caller, I'm sorry for the F word and every other person. I'm sorry for disappointing you all and myself. But again, I'll give it my best shot in the next round. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations as you go up against, I will suppose that's a battle between you and Success.
Yes, it is.
In the semi-final. And that's on Friday.
Maguire.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
All the best. You've done your job. You can leave us, or you can just stay with us as we finish up. That's up to you. But you've already done what you need to do, and we really appreciate that.
Hope it won't be held against me because of where I'm coming from. I need to leave now.
Yes, most certainly. You won't look. You are free to go.
All right.
You've done the job.
Thank you very much.
All the best on Friday. Let's say bye-bye to you once again, and I think it's also in order to give you another warm round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let that applause lead you out.
Yeah, just a quick one, man. Be courageous. Be brave. David have said some certain things to you. You have it. But this is a battle. It's not fun. In quote, it's a battleground. Be brave. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. As we applaud Nenye to the semi-final of Fan Battle 3, the final four now known. And congratulations to every one of them. And we'll see all four of them on Friday as they battle for a place in the final come the coming week. Which brings me to you, Emmanuel. You've been a worthy opponent in all the battles that I've listened to. I don't know whether I missed any, the period when I was away. I don't know whether I missed any. It was a 2-day period, a Thursday, the playoffs. Were you part of the playoffs? No, you weren't part of the playoffs. So I may have been here for every single battle of yours. And I must say that I'm really proud with what you have done. This time, however, and I'm taking everything my colleagues said into account, I wouldn't say this was the best I've heard you do. I think I've heard, if it's not your last battle, probably the one before that. I think it was you who got Titi Lokwe out. Yes, that battle, you had to come correct in that battle because Titi Lokwe was no pushover for anybody, Today you faced an even calmer debater. And to be honest with you, in agreement with some of the things that my colleagues said, there were times when I felt you were losing the plot. Do you understand? The basics. You have to do the basic. Tick off the basics first. Get them out. Then you throw these extras, the wow factor, the unexpected, and all of that. And I totally agree with the assertion that your strategy of making his on the field errors the major basis, because that was my interpretation of everything you said. He makes mistakes on the pitch, so he shouldn't be captain. You said other things, but that became, you managed to make that the focal point, the fulcrum of your argument. And at a point, I couldn't tell whether you were trying, what you were defending, whether it was a bad decision for him to be a defender for Man United or be captain. It's two different things. I didn't get enough of why he should not be captain. I got much more of why I should not buy him into my team as a defender, which was actually besides the point. And I apologize to Jordan Henderson and his fans for what I said.
Dragging the innocent man into this quagmire.
He throws passes here and there and crosses some nonsense.
David's notion, but you, Mr. Femi.
How can you?
And he scores penalties. But half the time, I'm like, bro, you are literally slowing this team down. But that again is me. What happened? How are you feeling, man?
Well, it was just one of those nights. Things didn't work out, And most importantly is the learning curve. Over time, since Battle 1, I've been taking lessons from the judges. I think if I'm going to go out right now, that would be my joy, because I've met every one of them and I've taken valid points, will make me a better person, better sportscaster, So that is the joy for me.
And it's a joy I share with you, because what are we in the final analysis? We are the sum of our experiences. And how do we gain experience? By learning from others. Everything we are, everything we may yet be, is premised on the learnings that we do. All of us are copycats, one way or another.
Absolutely.
Starting from birth.
Absolutely.
We start, we talk, we sound, we respond to stimuli, we sound the way the people closest to us sound. We start off, a baby will start off sounding more like their mother than anybody else. And then they begin to pick things from siblings, if there are some older siblings. And then they go to school. And if, for instance, you school abroad, the child begins to drop mommy's accents at home and picks up the accents of their peers in school. So that surrounding, and when you do 6 hours to 8 hours of schooling every day, and the allure for recognition and acceptance amongst your peers makes you emulate them. That's the way it works. And then every time we are in the studio here, we are learning from each other. We are adding to our vocabulary. We are picking new words. We are picking nuances, expressions, and attitudes, habits, and ethics, and we grow. So I'm happy for what you said. It's the essence. It's not about who wins. In the end, it's not about who wins. It is the collective opportunity that this time out presents for you. It gives you. It's like people taking what they have labored to learn and literally handing it over to you, and to say, "Look, take. I'm sharing what I know with you, and you can take it and run with it, and you can be even better than me," which has always been my mantra. I want to develop people who down the line will be better than me, and so I'm proud to having had this opportunity to work with you, and I know it's the beginning. You seem to have the right spirit and the mindset to say, I will take this and I will run with it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for battling.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming this far.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure. All right, gentlemen, we've done our work. We have to go home. Have we been fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have. We definitely have. I'm really, the beauty of all of this, thankfully, it's for the judges, myself and my guys. I mean, it's the beauty of having, varying perspective is always very key, because what you miss, the other person
could pick up.
Absolutely could actually pick up. This last battle, we were a bit rattled because we expected much more from both of them, and good to know that they both understand, especially for Nenye, who will be battling in the semis. She understands that there's a lot of work to be done. We're expecting that we see them continue to improve, I'm not so happy because I've listened to Nenye's performance before, and being at one of her battles, and in a competition of this magnitude, that person that continues to improve at every stage have got, the trappings of really winning, consistent improvement, getting better as it goes. But then sometimes it can happen this way. You need a reality check sometimes, and maybe Nenye has gotten hers today and will be back better for a very tricky opponent. So yeah, really had fun tonight. Looking forward to Friday, and this edition of the fan battle has delivered promise, and we're proud of how far we've come.
Excellent. Sam?
Yeah, Femi. The last of the quarterfinals tonight. I'm just unhappy that with the way the quarterfinals started, the last legs or the last battles didn't quite finish on a resounding note. But like Tony said, the good thing is the contestants who made it through will be better, and even those who lost, who are going home, have something to take home with them to be better, to better themselves with. So, but on the night we've done what needed to be done, and it was a hard decision. Sometimes to make these decisions or these calls, it was really hard, but it's for the betterment of everybody, and I'm glad that as much as the contestants are taking lessons, we ourselves are gaining knowledge, and new things from ourselves as colleagues, and it's just enjoyable to see. It's been a great night, and I hope Friday will be even better than today was.
David?
I think this day has been better than most. Like I did say, I think Tony was nitpicking most of the time. Aside the one incident.
Femi, should we have?
Yes,
side,
let's have it.
Should we have? No,
let's have it.
Should we have a
let's
side?
Have it. I'm not scared
attraction
of you.
Let's finish
on the final.
Let's finish.
I think Tony was nitpicking most of the time.
I think that David should learn to stick to his opinions and not pick on mine.
I'm not picking on yours.
No,
I'm just saying.
No, you don't have to say.
I'm not really picking
David.
With you,
Yeah. It's a thing with you. We all know that you do it.
You're a different.
Just give your points and go, buddy. Don't do that.
Femi has asked us to assess our assessments, and I'm assessing our assessment.
You don't have to bring me into your assessment.
Why are you pointing a knife at my neck?
It is your assessment, David.
I want to assess your assessment.
All right, you're free.
That's it. I agree on the fact that the quality of debating could have, especially in the second one, could have been higher. I don't think Sam and Tony were fair to the debaters in saying that because Sam is so very deep about his basics because he's a purist, and I understand it. Tony, on the other hand, I don't understand why are you coming for these people. That said,
Femi, I wasn't the one who said. I don't vote you. I downvote you. This is that. I don't understand.
Everybody on this table.
On this one.
Everybody on this table can agree that person deserved to be even undervoted.
You're still saying that. You're still saying that.
I will still say it.
Like you're saying it. And you say we're not fair,
Alex.
No.
Alex, how are we not fair, David?
The person. Sam. In hindsight, do you think that guy deserved to be undervoted? In your heart of hearts, please don't lie.
Nobody who makes it to the live shows deserve to be undervoted.
No, that guy deserves to be undervoted.
All right.
I'm not scared to say it.
David, hold on.
If you cannot remember his name,
Shadow is his name. But I'm not scared to say it. He deserved to be undervoted. See, listen.
For that performance.
I'm not saying he's a terrible debater. I said on that day. Okay. Now you see the thing is, Emmanuel here probably applied the same tactics. But in his own case, at least he had things he was saying. and his vocal timbre was not quite as high as Shegun's. That day, these two people were cringing. Nobody was it. They are here.
No, yeah.
These two were cringing.
David, stop running.
Okay,
narrative.
you are trying to protect your reputation on national radio.
David, and for the records, Femi, I mean, Emmanuel is here. I credited you for some things that you did well. Yes. So,
no. You are getting me wrong.
Okay,
what I'm saying is I'm not talking about him.
Not being fair. That's
no. That's you see, you are nitpicking again.
No, but that's what you said.
You are nitpicking again. It's not that deep. You see, listen, your opinion is your opinion, and it counts just as much as mine, right? You have 20 votes, I have 20 votes. What I think does not matter in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't take away from your abilities as a footballing analyst and a commentator. No, it doesn't. All I'm saying is bringing parallels from this to that is not quite proper, because on the day you didn't vote for the guy.
We didn't bring
my own problem. The only reason you guys are coming for me now is that I undervoted him, and I should have voted him.
No, we are coming for you because we believe sometimes you could be more fair in your assessment.
So you are telling me that guy deserved the vote that day.
You have no standpoint to tell us we could have been fair, because we're always fair.
No, today.
No, we're always fair.
In Nenye's
but
argument.
The truth is the fact that this argument, the second debate, could have been much more better.
Yeah, Tony,
and
listen,
it presented us something
like I did say before.
Yeah.
I'm not coming for your quality.
No,
all I'm saying is I actually saw a real debate happening. The way you guys put it sounded like it was travesty.
No, I didn't
hitting each other.
No one.
I actually saw a real debate happening. It may not have been quite as high.
Yeah.
As the qualities of some we've seen before. Yes, but I actually saw a real debate happening. That is the crux of my argument. Everything else is by the way.
All right. Thank you very much for that spirited debate. And as we go into the semi-finals, it's good for the audiences to also understand that we are all humans too.
Absolutely.
And we try our best to be fair and strong and to be professional. It doesn't mean we don't have our slight biases. They might come into play from time to time, but when a job needs to be done, we try as much as we can to do it. Having said that, I'd like to say thank you to you, gentlemen, Tony, David, Sam, and to all the gang. Adeze, who is not in Nigeria right now, covering Alcon for us. To Sarafina, who's been awesome and who is in the middle. Sarafina is just about a week or so away from making a major sojourn in her life, and for which this team will miss her terribly. And Chide Berry and Alex and Hodova and Chuma Nolly, great guy, great. Like I don't know, I run out of superlatives to describe that guy. And overdose the whole 9 yards of this team that I am proud to associate my name with. Thank you guys for everything you do, and for everything we still need to do to the very end of Fan Battle Season 3. And as we leave, we say congratulations to the semi-finalists. Congratulations, Prosper.
Upgrade is when you're bringing something better than what you already have. That's an upgrade. And Sterling is far better than whatever Chelsea has now or had before. The only player you can compare when it comes to his records is Frank Lampard.
Congratulations to his opponent in the semi-final, Lima.
Gone are the days when we had the likes of legendary Vincent Enyama, Rashidi Yekini, Muda Lawal, Shegun Odegbami, Felix Owolabi, and more recently, Ahmed Musa, all come out from the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Congratulations to success.
Football has always been commercial. The 21st century has really transformed things.
And his opponent, Nenye.
There's a reason Neymar is always in the debate, because you look at this player, look at his potentials, you see, or you rather, if you look back, you saw him becoming more than what we presently have, the Messis and the Ronaldos of this world.
And as we leave, we say bye-bye to all our 4 semi-finalists who didn't make it to the final. And we'll continue to love you. In the meantime, the battle may end here, but the doors open afresh. I'm Femi, on behalf of the entire team. Good night. God bless. See you on Friday for the semi-finals.
Quite the best way